Yes, it's very difficult now to speak. It's extremely difficult to speak. And I'm not used to speak after Marcus and so many compliments. It is true that I was lucky to be healthy, lucky to have a good family, lucky to have a good wife, lucky to have no problems in life, lucky to have a good health, and lucky, above all, to have good people. When I was a student, I didn't work very well. My parents put me out from home, and I went into a hippie community, 1968 till 1972. And when I was in this hippie community, I learned to respect, I learned to forgive, and I learned to share. As in the hippie community, we had no other rules except don't exchange girlfriends. Keep one, which we did. But beside that, we said we have to share, we have to respect, and we have to forgive the mistakes we are doing. And we have to forgive our own mistakes. Then, in 25th of June 1967, we listened to a BBC show that was called Our World, and it was in Mondovision. The whole world could see it. And on that evening, we were watching Our World on the BBC. It was one of the first time we could see BBC from Switzerland. And 4 boys from Liverpool started to sing. And they started to sing, "There is nothing you can do that cannot be done. There is nothing you can sing that cannot be sung. All you need is love." And we said, "What? That's fantastic. There is nothing you can do that cannot be done," which means the future is ours. We will be the future. We will shape the future. And then all you need is love. What is love? And we defined that love is not between 2 people. It would be too restricted. Love is more than just 2 people. Love is an attitude of life. And love means what? And we found out that the most important person in life is a woman. She is the strongest person of the humanity. She is the most important person of humanity. And what is she doing? She is sharing 9 months her blood, her oxygen, her pain, her hope. 9 months she is sharing her body. And after 9 months, we are all born. Nobody would be born if a woman would not share her body. And sharing is an act of love. So we said, this is the first rule. We must share. We are not women, but we must share like a woman is sharing her body. That is rule number 1. And then we found out rule number 2 of love is that when the baby is born, he cannot walk. And nobody can teach a baby to walk. He can only learn by himself. You can help, but he can only learn by himself. And he can only learn by failing. He makes 375 trials before the brain registered what is the angle of equilibrium. And at a certain moment, the brain has registered. But the brain registers after 375 mistakes. So our conclusion was, you must share, because the mistakes are the steps to go to success. Bam, bam. And share and forgiving is an act of love. And the third element we find out is respect. Because we were respecting animals, we were respecting flowers, we were respecting nature, we were respecting the sea. It was the flower power, the power of nature. We were eating bio. And we said the third element of love is respect. If you respect, that's an act of love. If you share, that's an act of love. If you forgive, that's an act of love. And the conclusion was, that is what the Beatles are telling us. That is what you need. Not just love between two people. It's much more. And this philosophy has never left me. The hairs have left. The shirts with flowers are gone. But in my heart, I never forgot this rule that we found out. Thanks to BBC Our World, thanks to the Beatles who were singing this song. And I have behaved that way. And I have been supported by my wife, by my family, by my friends. Because when you give, you get back. And that is how I have succeeded. Because of love. Because of the love of my wife, the love of my people, the love of my customers. They have given me the success. And this is why today I have entered my 71st year of life. And I have decided that I would now spend my last 20 years in giving back. Because the real value of life is what you give back. It's not what you do. What you do is for you. But you are useless if you don't give back. Why should you do something when you don't give back? You must connect to the future. And the only connection to the future is by giving back. Women are giving back in a natural way because they give birth. But we men, what do we give back? Our ego, our success only has a value when at a certain moment we give back. And my last 20 years will be devoted to giving back. Thank you very much for having listened to this long speech. I'm sorry. Thank you.